Thanks, everybody. See you soon, and Meganize me!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mega May. I am Hutch. I'm taking over for the Jarrett, who is getting some much-needed Z's. But we are here with another incredible X run, X6 this time, with Kamme. Kamme, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing today, Hutch?
I'm doing all right. I am excited to see you tackle this game in the most insane category I can imagine. All stages Buster only. Are you insane?
Yes, I absolutely am. I mean, I would have to be if I'm going to do this, right?
I would say so. Yeah. Feel free to, whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and get you a timer. Just give me a countdown.
All right. Well, I'm just going to talk for a brief moment about what's coming up here before we get started, but I'll absolutely give the countdown so you're not caught off guard. So, little caveat about this game and category. All stages Buster only. So you're going to see some stages repeated. There's a reason for that. It has to do with the nightmare system, and we'll talk a little more about that as we go through the game. But there's certain parts we need in order to either complete the game or make it feasible to play without losing your mind entirely. Either way. And some of those things are hidden in some of the alternate nightmare areas. So we'll be going through those, but coming back through stages to finish the stage properly and defeat its boss. In addition to that, there's a lot of intentional dying in this. Like, a lot. We've routed it to the best of our ability to minimize it, but it's still a lot. So don't be surprised if you see me jump into spikes like, 5 or 6 times in a row. In addition to that, there's another little caveat here. There's a stage in this early in the run, relatively early in the run, that has a lot of RNG. Rooms that we need can just not pop up for any amount of time, including hours. So if the RNG is that bad, I may load a save state to mitigate and be able to continue for sake of keeping the schedule. But if things go well, we're not going to do that. Of course, we want to keep the run as valid as we possibly can. But in the spirit of not running too far behind, there may be a necessity for a save state load or two. Even we'll find out. We'll mess around. We'll see. But other than that, this category is primarily completed as X, but unarmored X, I should say, aside from the intro stage, and we'll get into that in just a second. But I think that's all we really need to get into before we get started. So if you're ready, Hutch, I'll go ahead and get to the right screen here and give you a countdown.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, excellent. We'll 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. We are off, and of course, this game has no story because it's not complete. So we're going to skip all that. So what's going to happen is we're going to come down here, and we're going to be in the Falcon armor to start off with. We don't really have a choice on that in this game. The gist of it is Aelia attempted to repair the Falcon armor, didn't do the best job, but she tried, and we're going to ruin it some more by taking as much damage. Whoops, I missed some damage. Let's take extra. We're going to take as much damage as we can on our way through the stage here, leading up to the boss, and we're also going to have to use the saber a few times through the stage. Anywhere you see me use the saber in this stage, it's because there's no choice. You can't break these blocks any other way. We're not going to see any other saber usage, at least not intentionally. I do have fat thumbs. They may press the triangle button. We'll adjust accordingly. But once we get through the last of those blocks, that's it. And you also may notice that in this game, I dash along the floor quite a bit. If you crouch and dash in this game, for whatever reason, you dash faster. So you'll see a lot of that in this run, especially once we get the hyper dash. But anywho, coming into the first boss here already. Nice, short, easy intro stage. Health is low enough for what we're going to need to do. But first, we got to beat this boss. Giant junk mechanoid thing. This little remote drone comes in and brings it sort of to life here. So we're just going to fire a shot at him, and then we're going to shoot the drone, and that's all we're going to do. And every time we do that, the big guy loses his hitbox. I can't tell you why. But we're going to dash over here to inspire the drone to appear on the left again. That way, everything's out of the way. He's easy to hit. Go to the right, come back. Up the wall. Nice, easy fight. Lather, rinse, repeat. And he's donezo. Nice and easy. But we're not done yet. Because guess what? Zero didn't die. Despite what we thought and saw in X5 just a bit ago. Gasp, I know. Zero. What's he doing here? Now that Zero's gone because he showed up for whatever reason real quick to not fight or whatever, I don't know. We've got one of the Axum Rangers from Super Mario RPG guest starring in the game. And we're just gonna... Ooh, I didn't get my health bar low enough. Now I did, though. Okay, we're just gonna tank a little damage there. This is a bit of a scripted fight. There's no way to win here. So, you take the damage, you lose the fight. It's a lot like Vile in X1 there, just faster. Alright, moving on here. So we've got a lot, like I mentioned, we have parts and things that we have to collect throughout this run here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going first to the Shield Sheldon stage, and what we're looking for there, we're looking for a piece of the blade armor, which is necessary to complete the Game Buster only, because without it you have to use the ice weapon. We can avoid that entirely by just getting the blade armor. So we're going to go on in as Unarmored X. We're going to get that blade armor piece, and we're going to hit up a the Nightmare Zone for this stage. And this game, like I mentioned before we started, it's got this nightmare system. It's intricate but also unfinished at the same time. It's a very weird thing, and it's part of the reason that I learned to love this game over the time I spent routing it Buster only. I hated this game when it released. I did, just like everybody else. But through the power of Stockholm Syndrome, I learned to love it, and it is now actually my second favorite game in the X series. Specifically the X series. It's not my second favorite overall. I'm not that crazy. I'm a little crazy. Not that crazy. But yeah, this stage here, it's got these little lasers everywhere that you can, for whatever reason, just kind of go through, except the ends of it. All of the ends of the lasers will hurt you. The whole middle will do absolutely nothing, and I will never understand that. But yeah, we're just kind of redirecting these little shield things here to get this laser to move for us, so we can unlock some doors and hurt ourselves a whole bunch, as will very quickly become tradition. There we go. And we have to also redirect these little pink guys, because they will fire based on your position. You kind of need them, like I said, to get these lasers over and open these doors. So now we're going to go through this invisible wall that you would totally figure out on your own was a fake wall there. Totally. Very good conveyance, as you know, as we'll see throughout the rest of X6, because it's so good. And then we're going to take a death. We're going to take a few more deaths too, but first, because my play is sloppy, we're going to come over here, and we're going to probably end up, yeah, grabbing these Reploids that I don't actually want. We'll grab the heart here, grab that soul, and we're going to just die a little bit. We're going to just die a little bit, because this is a convenient spot for it. Look at how quick that is. We just dash jump right into them spikes. The IGT timer barely goes even a second. If even. If even. So we're going to bring our lives down to 0. And that'll make sense in a minute. Alright, now that we're at 0 lives, we can go again over here. Grab that on our way. We need those Nightmare Souls so we can equip parts, and that's going to be very important after the next stage here. But, anywho, here we are into the Nightmare Zone. So these Nightmare Zones have a different boss than what you would see at the end of the stage traditionally. And the first time, that would be Hymax. but we can't technically beat Hymax Buster only. So we don't. We're going to game over out of the stage now. What I got was the D-barrier part there from that particular Reploid that I rescued. He has the D-barrier part, and we can't equip it just yet, but we have it at least. And what that's going to do is it's going to extend our iframes every time that we get hit. So kind of a big deal to get that as early as possible. And next, we have everybody's least favorite stage in the game, the Central Museum. Well, maybe not everybody's. A lot of people like to hate on Heatnik's stage, although, unpopular opinion, it's my favorite one. But I digress. My least favorite stage, Ground Scaravich, this Central Museum. So we're coming in here, and there's going to be these totems, 4 of them, and they're inactive. They look like holograms, and they'll transport you to rooms that are randomized. And there's 2 particular rooms that we need out of this randomized nonsense. And without those rooms, we're kind of doomed. Not gonna lie. Now this room is probably my personal least favorite room. I end up with a lot of eaten inputs because, well, I just struggle with the PS1 games. But we're through that, so not a big deal. So after we do the room, the totem comes to life, and we miss our shots. There we go. We just have to fight it real quick. It's not too bad. 2 green shots and a lemon, or a charge and a lemon, either one. And then we move on to the next one, next randomized room. This room, if this is the one I think it is, can potentially be impassable. Not just impossible, but impassable. There's definitely some different factors there that can make that determination. And we're going to be a little careful because these nightmare guys are, well, they live up to their name. Thankfully, we've got the platform here. That is part of the RNG. These platforms that are here, they can just not be there, and you can be forced to take a death. You can be forced to flat out die there if you don't have the correct parts. And we're early in the run, so, I mean, we have nothing. But so far, so good here. Coming up to the 3rd of the totems. This is where it starts to really matter what we get here. This is everything. This is the run or not. And the answer is not. So, we're going to go through it anyway, because it's partially expected. Whoops, I didn't actually want that one up. But it's partially expected that you actually revisit this this stage one time. So we're gonna end up going with it and doing that if we well, not if, we have to, but we're gonna just do it that way because it's expected. So RNG wasn't nice. We'll see what we get for room number 4. This is everything right here. What do we got? We got the room with the quick charge. This is actually good. If we're only going to get one thing on our first visit, we want it to be the quick charge because it's immediately useful, and it's useful throughout the entire run. Unlike the blade armor piece, which, I mean, yeah, it's useful. Oh boy, I'm a little stuck here. Hang on. Let's despawn that guy. Ladders are hard. They never figured out ladders. I know the classic series it was difficult to ladder. It's not any better here in the X series. So we want this Reploid right here. He's got the quick charge for us. Now again, we can't equip it until after the stage, but we have it. We're good. So we're just going to continue on through, try to defeat this last totem. It is a little tougher. Got the first hit there. Alright. We're just going to kind of deboost. There we go. Nice and easy, and we've got a nice easy boss fight coming up too. So here's our first real boss fight in the run. Ground Scaravich. He is, in fact, a dung beetle. He does, in fact, roll poo around, even though it doesn't look like it, thankfully. But that's what that basically is. So this guy, he just kind of walks back and forth. Sometimes he'll shoot. We just kind of chase him down, and like you saw, we green shot him as we chase him off the screen. Charge as we have our opportunities to do so. Uh-oh. Yeah, I didn't get him. Okay, so now that he kicked that, he comes out with a bigger one, and he kicked that one. He's going to come out with the biggest one now. And you still, it's the same thing. You just jump right over it. He's very easy. I would say half of the bosses in this game, maybe more, are pretty stupid easy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty stupid easy. Unarmored X6, what kind of masochist are you? Hey, don't you talk about my second favorite X game like that? How dare you? No, I'm kidding. No, I do realize there's something wrong with me. It's okay. You can berate me all you want. I probably deserve it. No, actually, there is a reason that we do unarmored. It's actually a very good, legitimate reason, and I didn't explain it ahead of time because there's so much to explain that it's hard to hit every point that I need to. In fact, I would say it's impossible even. But we still didn't get enough Nightmare Souls. We have no parts we can equip. That's not good, but we'll be okay. We'll have it after this stage. We'll be fine. So anyway, Unarmored X. We use that because of the charge shot, actually. The unarmored charge shot pierces through enemies, unlike the charge shot of, say, the Falcon armor. It's unironically, or I should say, it's ironically the best charge shot that we're going to get in this game, minus Ultimate Armor if you were using that, but of course we're not going to. Alright, so here we have the Rainy Turtleoid stage, and we're coming here specifically because we want the Hyper Dash that's hidden in the Nightmare area. So we're coming in here, we're going to break all these little things here. Whoops, and we're going to accidentally ladder when we don't want to. Let me just take this health. So, whoops, alright, cool. I'm struggling with these ladders, chat. It's a nightmare, no pun intended. We're gonna make that pun a lot, by the way. But yeah, we come through here and we have to destroy these little eyeball-looking things, and what they do is they power a shield for the weather generator that's generating this acid rain that we're dealing with. Oh boy. And we might die. Oh boy, yep. Well, you know, things that never happen, they always happen when you're trying to showcase something. It's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll just do it better. Get through here. Or we'll not do it better. There we go. Oh boy. Used to the quick charge. Bear with. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, so while we're here, this is another convenient spot to die. So we're going to actually just kind of jump into this pit a couple times, bring our lives down to 0. Because, of course, the nightmare area in this level, we're going to game over out of as well. So we want to keep our lives down to mitigate the time spent in the nightmare area getting game over. So we're at 0 lives now. We're just going to continue through the stage. It's more acid rain nonsense and some interesting platforming here. Not too sure what they were thinking, but it's not too bad. But first casual playthrough, I'll never forget the amount of anger trying to get across these unknown gaps and then getting crush damage from the flying totem things. Not fun, but anywho, we're going to keep on going here. We got Zero trying to knock us out of the air, and he will, too. He, unlike most other damage, he will flat out knock you out of the air, and there's not really anything you're going to do about that. So, enjoy that. That's the thing. They weren't thinking. Spoilers. Oh, man. Alright. So now we're in to our nightmare area. We just had to take a little deboost, go across the spikes so we can detour in here. And we're just looking for one particular Reploid who is right up here. Right there. That Reploid has the Hyper Dash that we're here for. And that's all we're here for. That's all we're here for. So we're just going to take our deaths here in the spikes, and we're going to game over out of this area as well. And we should have enough souls now, Nightmare Souls, from the Nightmare enemies, because Nightmare is a word that we just can't use enough in this game. to be able to equip parts, and hopefully that is the case, because we have the part glitch that's kind of cool and kind of makes the game, honestly. So what you're going to see here in just a second, there we go. We only have one slot we can equip parts to. We can't equip more than one part, right? But oddly enough, if we hit X and triangle at the same time, we can equip more than one part. So we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna equip all 3 of these parts, I think. Yes, okay. It's harder to tell when you don't have 0 unlocked yet. We'll go over that later too. But yeah, all 3 of these parts, the D-barrier, the quick charge, and the hyper dash, we've got them all equipped now, and we're going to be going back to the Central Museum here, because we still have to get ourselves a blade armor piece. And it's hopefully it'll show up on this pass, because otherwise we're gonna have some real problems here. But yeah, as you can see, the quick charge worked. The quick dash is clearly going. We're gonna make maximal use of that the best we can. We're gonna have to get through at least 2 of these rooms, if not 3 of them. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Aiming is hard sometimes. Alright, so yeah, we gotta go through these first 2 rooms, because they're pretty much never going to be the rooms that we're looking for. It's always 3 and 4 that end up giving us what we want, if anything does. Oh boy. Alright, that's the first 2 rooms down. Let's get the totem itself. Alright. That free health. Yeah, and there you go. As I was saying, dashing across the ground is faster for whatever reason, and it is. And we got what we're looking for. We got exactly what we needed. There's our blade armor piece. So that's great. We don't have to use any save states or anything. We're in good shape. This is what I was hoping for. This is not the best case scenario, but it is close. So now we just have to navigate. Well, we don't even have to navigate anything. We can actually technically just quit the stage here. We can actually just go ahead and quit the stage. We keep our blade armor piece. As you can see, we got the head part. And we're going to go back to the stage select screen, and we're going to be going to go fight Blizzard Wolfang now. In his stage. We're not going to go to his nightmare area. We used to, in the early routing of this category, we used to go to the nightmare area for Blizzard Wolfang to get the jumper piece. But then it was decided that, you know what, it's a lot nicer to just have blade armor, since we need it anyway for Gate 1. So we just also use it in Gate 2, because we're dirty cheaters. No, because it's just that worth it. We'll get there. Don't worry. But this stage, typical ice stage, very slippery, and there are some weird little glitches in this game wherein you can suddenly accelerate quite rapidly on ice. I don't know if we're going to see it happen. I don't understand it enough to do it on purpose. But we are going to apparently drop down a hole. That's okay. There are intentional deaths ahead somewhere anyway, so whatever. But yeah, we're going to just use our D-barrier to abuse our iframes and just get through all of that stuff so that we can get here nice and quick and figure out how ladders work. Come on, ladder. And we're going to come on down to the Tetris section. Now, we are going to grab Reploids in here, because for a little bit, it doesn't really matter what our lives are at. So we're just going to kind of let whatever happens happen in that respect. But a lot of Reploids that we don't need, we do avoid. And look at that, we were able to get on to the next one just a little bit early there. These are completely randomized. That's why I'm trying to do my best to keep the screen as scrolled up as possible. Because I want to see not only where the blocks are dropping so they don't drop on me. Ooh, nice and early. That was real good. But we're also looking for which blocks have the wolves on them so we can take care of that problem. So here's our last little Tetris section. This is also randomized in terms of which space has the gap for you to fall through. As you see, it fills in every time. So if you don't jump, you do die. You get crushed. This is pretty straightforward though. Even though it's randomized, it's. I mean, we've got hyper dash. No way can this outpace us, he said before dying. No, okay, I didn't die. I like to curse myself as a commentator, so you know. Gotta watch out for that. But alright, here we go. Finally, our second boss fight. It's only our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th stage so far if we count the intro. It's our second boss fight. Well, third boss fight, I guess, if you count the intro. So here we have Yamcha. If you don't know why I call him that, you've either never seen Dragon Ball Z or you don't realize that this guy's name is literally Wolfang. But he's also a bit of a pushover. He's actually trying harder than usual right now, and he's really not trying very hard. He's kind of an idiot, I'm not gonna lie. There is the rare circumstance where he ends up all over the screen wildly, and he's actually kind of hard to fight when he does that, but it's one of those things that's so rare you might not even see it once in your lifetime, even if you run this category. But yeah, that's done. Easy. Not really much to say on that boss, because he just doesn't do much. But we at least don't have to go back there anymore. Every stage we've been to otherwise, we still have to go back to, except for the Central Museum. But next we're going to go to what is unpopularly my favorite stage. Oh yeah, I didn't grab anything there. I don't know what I'm thinking. I like Eatnik stage. I am that weirdo that likes it. And there's a couple reasons. The soundtrack, I mean, come on. The song is good. You can't argue that point, right? But no, something about the way and the speed X moves at with the hyper dash, and the way the combat is addressed with the donuts in this stage, something about it for me is very satisfying, and I enjoy it. I think it's a fun challenge. I think the pace is like fast, so it keeps it interesting. But yeah, this stage, a lot of people don't like it because it's mostly made up of these donuts with these 4 gems that you have to destroy, and well, there's not a whole lot of variety. The animation's not complete. There's certainly issues, but I don't know. I enjoy it, even when I mess it up. You'll notice every now and then I'm plugging some extra lemons in because this thing doesn't have any iframes, so yeah, if you can stand there and blast away at it, it's a good idea too. Whoops. But the best part here, we're not here for Heatniks. We're here for a little bit of safety, a little peace of mind. We're here for the sub-tank that's in the nightmare area. And we have a lot of lives already, and we're gonna have more when we get there. So what we're going to end up doing is actually just sucking it up and fighting Zero on this visit to the nightmare. And that's going to trigger high max for all subsequent nightmare areas. And we don't want that, but we're going to avoid him, so it's going to be okay. But yeah, here's donut number 2 here. A little more involved. This arena has you kind of going in a circle. Again, I'm the weirdo. I enjoy this. I like jumping up there for that shot and trying to get the green shot on the way down. I know nobody likes this, but I do. This is probably my favorite one, if I had to be honest here. You gotta love PNGs just moving around. I mean, you know, it's still better than my Mega Man X game, you know, because I'd never learned how to make one. Though I will. I mean, I do work with the Mega Man X engine team. I will learn. And hopefully it'll be better than this. But I will still just continue to be non-apologizing about this. This is my favorite. I love this. Got him. That was a good shot. Alright. So now we're going to go into the Nightmare Zone. Now this is an interesting little jump. I love talking about this jump because I discovered it out of just being stubborn. During a different event I was running, and look at that, first try. I did a jump because I was trying just to get that Nightmare enemy for the Nightmare Soul. And the commentator at the time was like, I don't know why Kamme's going for this jump. It can't be done. So I proceeded to do it. And it changed the routing of this category entirely. It shortened the run drastically and changed the route entirely. We used to go get Jumper and all that in order to come up here and get the sub-tank in the first place, and now we know we don't need that. Just a little bit of Hyper Dash goes a long way, and we get our Buster Plus here. But yeah, as you can see, we're at 9 lives. We don't want to spend 9 lives in this area trying to get game over. You'll remember the other areas we got game over had spikes. This does not. This, however, does have a boss fight that we can complete Buster only, so we're going to try that route. Now, I'm going to admit flat out, I'm terrible at this boss fight. I may die a couple times. Absolute skill issue. I spent hours practicing this fight. I don't know what it is. I can't do this fight. I am just bad at it. He dashes at me. He blocks my shots. He does his Giga attack, and it's over at that point. Like, yeah, I will die once or twice at least. I'm bad. I know. We all got stuff we can't do, right? This is my thing. I can't fight Zero. It would probably help if I played as him more. Maybe I would get to know how he works, and maybe something would click, but, yeah. I'm bad at it, but it's worth it, because once he is dead, he at least gives us the best voice line I've ever heard. Uh-oh. Might die again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, probably will. Oh. Stop it. No! Destroy the nightmare. I'm trying. I'm trying. We'll get it. Don't worry. It will happen. Oh. X is so sticky on the walls in these games. And apparently holding the dash button is not good enough sometimes. Oh, here we go. We'll get him on this one. There we go. There we go. Try harder. I did! Thank you, Hacko, for that tip. I don't know what I would have done without that. I don't know what I would have done without that. We got it. We're through. No problem. Alright. Cool. So, yeah, we avoid taking the game over on this particular nightmare area by defeating Zero, despite how many tries it may take. And then we're able to move on, and we are going to visit another nightmare area or two. I think just one, if I'm not mistaken. Memory's not my strong suit. When it comes on the screen, it'll jog my memory, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Zero hit himself while he repaired himself. Blah, blah, blah. Good job, Zero. Welcome back. We're not going to use you, though. No offense. Alright, so now our parts glitch still works, but it changes a little bit. See how Zero appeared there? That's how we know we didn't get it. So we're going to try again. Whoops. One more. Nope. We didn't get it. It's still X and triangle at the same time. I'm just not getting it. There we go. Okay. Boom. Now all of our parts are equipped, including our latest Buster Plus that we grabbed from that nightmare area. and we're going to go on back to Rainy Turtleoid, and this is where we're going to drain our lives once again. You remember that convenient spot we died a few times earlier? We're going to use that again to bring our lives from 9 to 0. Because we do go to the nightmare area of Infinity Maginion, which is the stage after this one for us. We go to the nightmare area, and then we game over out, and we come back and do the stage proper. And we go into that nightmare area for a blade armor piece. There's a heart tank too, which we will grab, but... Oh, our lives are at 7, that's right, I died. I was thinking of yesterday's run. Alright, whoops. So now that we've got Hyper Dash, we've got Quick Charge, we've got Buster Plus, this is going to be a lot easier to traverse. Because a single charge shot, as you're seeing, will destroy these little shield generators. No extra lemon needed. Whoops. So we can just hit that one on the way down. We don't need any of these health things. We just come right on over, and we're going to jump into the pit a bunch. Because like I said, a lot of intentional dying in this category. And again, it's to avoid having to fight high max in the nightmare areas. Since it's not necessary to, and he can't be beaten Buster only, we don't do that. We have to fight him in Gate 2 anyway. So yeah, we're going to jump into the Mountain Dew. X is no longer going to be a thirsty boy. He is going to be full of gamer fuel here and ready to go in just a couple more deaths. The delicious dew. Oh, yes. What's everybody's favorite dew, since we're all gamers here and we're bringing up the Mountain Dew? What's everybody's favorite dew? Voltage, 100%. Respectable. I even agree. X, that's a pit. Shut up, Alien. No. I don't need you. You don't drink pop, soda, whatever people want to call it? Hey, good. I don't often. But when I do, it's usually due. I had sworn it off for a long time, and I've hit a point in my life where I still drink lots of water, don't get me wrong. Water is the way. But, yeah, why does there have to be a but here? But there is. Oh, that's not where we're going. We're going up here. So we gotta destroy these last couple shield generators, and then we can go do this boss real quick. And I do mean quick. He's quick in this one. There we go. Get rid of that. And, uh-oh. We hit iframes. You like the OG, but Whiteout was an incredible summer drink. I never got that one. Baja's good. Baja's good. I like Baja Blast. I think I'm with Meta, though, on the voltage. If I have a choice. But yeah, again, water. I know it's a juice bottle, but this is water. I prioritize water. But anyway, this boss is interesting here. So he's got these 2 big green gems on him, and we have to destroy those in order to do damage to him. He's just completely invulnerable otherwise. So it's a good thing we got the quick charge. There we go. We got both of them. We're dealing damage, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying here to get some version of a quick kill. There we go. We didn't get the quickest one, but we got the one where we manipulate him. So by staying against the wall there until he stood up, I got him to face technically left, even though he looks like he's facing right. He's just a backwards facing sprite. But what that did was that left him completely open to the final attack there. So that was actually the slow quick kill. But there is a quicker kill if I manage my deboost time just a little bit better while he's rolling around. You can get him before he even stands up. Clean, yeah. I mean, it was relatively clean. It wasn't bad. I accept the slow quick kill every time if I get it. It's cool, you know, way better than having to destroy all that stuff again. All right, so we didn't pick anything up to equip. We're just going to go right on into the next stage here. Now we're going to go see Infinity Maginion, and as I mentioned, we're going to see him twice because we have to go to the Nightmare Zone, collect the blade armor part that's here, and then exit out and come back to do the regular stage, which is interestingly short. But it's going to take a few minutes anyway. So this stage has a big mechanoid in the back. I think its name is like Lumina or something like that. And also, Final Countdown, everybody. I know you guys were excited for this song to come up. I mean, not Final Countdown. Sorry. But yeah, this guy, he tries to blast you with these big yellow plasma thingies. And every time you reach one of these little barriers here, he does so even faster. Now we're going to do our best not to grab any of these Reploids if I can help it. But I do want to grab health from birds if they'll be nice enough to give it to me. But they're not that nice. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're just going to abuse our quick charge. Uh-oh. Almost fall into the pit. Uh-oh. We're gonna need these guys, unfortunately. I need the health. But yeah, this wall comes down, this fires giant lasers at us, and there's not really anything we can do about them. But easy. Easy peasy. We'll have to do it again, but yeah, there's our teleporter for the Nightmare Zone, so we're going to go right in. And did I say right in? Oh, I'm sorry. We're actually going to go left in. Not only did I go left to get to the teleporter, but unlike most stages ever in any Mega Man game in the franchise, we go left here in order to grab the Buster part for the blade armor and that little heart tank there as well. We're going to grab that sucker. Now, we do have to die a couple more times to get game over because I grabbed those Reploids. It's a little unfortunate. But as with most Nightmare Zone areas, death is quick and easy here because there's a pit. Again, we avoided the death in the Heatnik stage because there was nowhere to take the quick death, but here there is. So that's the reason Zero is routed in where he is. Hopefully that all makes sense by now. I don't know. Nothing really makes sense in this game, but hopefully that part at least makes a little bit of sense here. So yeah, we game over, we exit the stage, we come back to stage select, and almost picked the wrong stage. We're gonna we're gonna go back into Infinity Maginian here, and it's gonna be the same thing. We're just gonna, after defeating Illumina or whatever its name is, we're going to continue through the last 5 seconds of the stage. Because, like I said, it's a really obnoxiously short stage, which is weird. But I'll take it, because I hate the boss, so a long stage wouldn't exactly be good. But yeah, here we go. Same thing. Lights go out. Lights go on. Big old X-Men Sentinel dude in the back. Alright, so here we go. Trying to avoid as many enemies as we can. We can grab Reploids now. There's no more Nightmare area nonsense in the run, I think. Watch me eat those words and be like, oh yeah, that's right, this one thing. But no, I'm pretty sure there's no more Nightmare area stuff going on, so... We'll just... Whoop, tank the damage. Hit the rope. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got blasted. Alright, so now we're just going to abuse this quick charge all over again while these lasers do their thing and hopefully don't hit us. There we go. That was nice. Alright. Rest of the stage is very straightforward. We're just going to crouch dash right on through. There's literally nothing to be concerned with if you do that. That's it. That's the stage. Easy. Now... we're going to fight a Halo Grunt. Because this game likes Halo Grunts for some reason. And everybody knows Halo Grunts appear in weird, noxious bubbles and make clones of themselves. Everybody knows that's what they do. We all remember that from Halo, I'm sure. And they also insult you. Or sound like they do anyway. I won't repeat what he said. Because I don't know what he said, but because it sounds dirty to me. Uh-oh. Okay. So yeah, a little bit of RNG with those bubbles. They are a pain, but again, we have unarmored X, so we're able to use that charge shot and abuse it to pierce through those bubbles, damage every one of them to the point that they all explode with one shot. And we can also pierce through a little bit of the fake Maginians to hit the real one if he's just a little bit behind one. So that ends up being a relatively easy boss fight, but it is one that you take a lot of damage in, as you saw. It's kind of hard not to. But yeah, nice and easy. done with that. Moving on, we've got my favorite stage once again, and hopefully it'll become yours. It won't. But no, we have, yeah, I don't need to put anything on. We have Heatniks now coming up here. Now, we were here already, as you remember, but we did the Nightmare area. We're now this time going to do the stage proper, so we're going to do all the donuts. Well, we're going to skip one donut, but not even necessarily skip. There's more of a branching path. We're just going to take the upper path because there's a vertical auto-scroller that goes upwards. So you start higher up, in theory, you get done faster, right? So that's what we're going to work with. But we'll worry about the first two donuts again first here. Oh. I'm messing up my dash inputs. Everywhere. Wow. What? Come on. All right, donut number 1 down. There you go. That's a good example of that piercing effect of the standard charge shot from the unarmored X. I am actually going to grab this Reploid just because my health is low. There may be a death or two in the stage, simply because health gets low. Uh-oh, missed that top shot. Nice. 2 donuts down. Alright. So now we're going to do a similar thing to what we did before, but we're going to actually take the proper path through the door instead of going up into the nightmare area. And it's just more of the same. We got more donuts. This one moves horizontally back and forth over these little tiny little towers, and there's little nightmare guys around just to make things that much more fun, I guess. Now, I took a little more damage there than I meant to. I may die on this donut. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to grab that guy for that teeny little bit of health. We'll see how much good it actually does. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're donezo. I didn't think so. That's okay. Like I said, sometimes it happens. We may die on the next one as well. There's a lot of dying in this run. Some's intentional. A lot of it is intentional. Some of it is just kind of expected to happen. But nice when it doesn't. But yeah, these little nightmare guys, we didn't really talk much about them. They respawn constantly. You don't really see that so well until this screen. You see it a little bit leading up to this everywhere that you see them. But you see it the most on this screen, I would say. Because look, they're back already. And they'll keep coming back the whole time. There he is again. Yes, hitboxes in general in the PS1 games, hitboxes are typically smaller than you would think. But even if you're used to those, these guys, their hitbox is even smaller than what you would probably think. That's very true. I'm not taking the bottom one because, like I was saying, we have this vertical auto-scroller here. We have this vertical auto-scroller that moves upward. So the theory is you get to the top a little bit sooner if you start higher up. Because this being Buster only, it's easy to destroy the upper 2 crystals of this donut, but the bottom 2 not so much. I wouldn't call it impossible. I wouldn't go that far. You can take D boosts and abuse the D barrier to go down into the purple flame and get your hits in, and you can kill him early. You can, but it comes with the added danger of instant kill purple fire. So in the spirit of hopefully not dying, I don't tend to do that. Very much skill issue. Took some of the hits there. You also have these guys chasing you, which is terrible. And the way I did it, they're going to continue to do that. Oh boy. Okay, we're alright now. We're alright. Oh, no we're not. Alright, I think we're at the top now. Yeah. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to position ourselves at the edge here. We are in danger for sure. In fact, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and use that. We don't need that anytime soon, but yeah, we can position ourselves here. And like Skip was mentioning with small hitboxes, all we need is this guy to rise up on the right. He won't hit us, as long as we're on the edge there. And we can just tap that away like that. No big deal. And now we're on to the final donut. This one's fun. Every time you jump over him, he'll stop and he'll rise up, like so. And he'll usually fire. We just kind of lock him in place by jumping over him every time he goes down. And other than that, it's a very simple back and forth. A couple little lemons here and there as we're able. We're almost there. Wow, one more shot. Boom. Okay. I, for one, think there should be more donuts as well. I really enjoy them. I really enjoy them. But they're done with for now, so now we're moving on to the Heatniks fight. This guy, little RNG heavy, but usually really not a big deal. It doesn't matter very much what he does in terms of difficulty. But we're hoping for him to throw cheese balls at us. He does usually do this to start with, the Akuma Flame. And now he's given us the cheese balls, and that's exactly what we want to see. But he didn't give us as many cheese balls as we were wanting. So now he's going to kind of blaze across the screen repeatedly. And we're going to do our best to dodge it. Ouch. Ooh, and he almost got me. But he didn't. Alright, there we go. What's everyone's favorite kind of donut? You know, that's a good question. I should have asked that. I am a big fan of a nice Boston cream donut. I like the chocolate outside. Yeah, Boston cream filled. There you go. Ryu Prime knows what's up. Maple is a solid one, too. Chocolate filled with chocolate icing, absolutely. Strawberry glazed, not my favorite, but I won't poo-poo it at all. If somebody offers me one of them, I will say thank you and eat that happily. For sure. Chocolate cream filled. Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with chocolate. I mean, it's hard to miss with chocolate. Alright, we got Yamark here. There's nothing to equip just yet, but there will be after this one. This is a fun stage. Aesthetically, I would say this is probably my favorite stage. It's also actually, oddly, one of my favorite of the Mavericks in this game. Not really any reason other than the boss itself is a major reference to Gradius, and I love me some Gradius. So, 3 in particular, of course. But, yeah, Yamark is honestly, it's a pretty stage. The song it's nice. I like it. This is probably my second favorite theme in the game, which is odd because my favorite is Heatniks, right? This is nothing like that style of music, but I love it. All right, so here we go. We get our final blade piece here, blade armor piece, the legs. There we go. Blade armor is now complete. You are technically allowed to use it in this run at any point once you have it, but we're only going to use it for Gate 1 and 2. But we are going to come up over here. We got a sub-tank, and we got a Reploid that has what's called Life Recover, which is a free sub-tank per stage. We're going to deboost on that guy to get through the Mantis and into the Dark Cave, which is short. We are going to come down here and grab this heart as well. Grab the Reploids because they're there, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, we're going to come over here. We're going to take a deboost to get under the overhang there. Oh, okay, we're good. Alright, we don't need to charge anymore. We're through all that. We just want to try, keyword is try, to go fast, not into a hole. It was almost all over there. Forgot about the stage effects. Yeah, so that's part of the routing of the all stages Buster only route. Part of the reason that we go to the stages we go to in the order we go to is actually to mitigate the nightmare system and its various effects. I didn't get to talk much about that yet. We will see another effect after this stage here. So there's a couple types of effects. There's permanent ones and then there's immediate ones. The immediate ones you'll know because on stage select, there will be 2 stages that appear in red, meaning their immediate effects are on, and that's a result of whatever stage you went to last. So the next stage we're going to, Shield Sheldon, is affected by going to Yarmark stage. So we're going to see Nightmare Flies, and trust me, it is way better to have them in Sheldon stage than it is to have them in Heatnik stage. Heatnik stage is bad with those. When in the early routing of Buster Only for this, we actually did it that way. And oh my god, it was hard. Oh my god, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, we've routed around the majority of the stage effects. But first, we're going to actually go ahead and unequip some things. We're going to put on our Life Recover. And you notice we can put on three parts at a time now, which means we can put 2 parts on before we start doing the glitch for every single part. Let's see, Buster Plus, I missed it because 0 appeared. Oh, 0 appeared, missed it. There we go, we got it. And our Hyper Dash. We don't worry about Speed Shot, just makes your shots fly faster. And we don't worry about POW plus Power Drive. It affects special weapons, which we only use against high max. We're not going to do that. No, we're going to go back into Sheldon stage here, and we're going to deal with some Nightmare Flies, but it's otherwise the same thing. Very short stage. Leading up to the fight. Which is kind of hit and miss. But we'll see that when we get there. Also, fun fact. Did you guys notice over the course of the day that X4, every time you go to any stage and you hit a loading screen, there's only 1. X5, there's 2. X6, did you guys notice there's 3 loading screens per loading screen? What is with that? Alright, here we go. Directing lasers again to get doors open. It'll be a little simpler this time overall, though, because we're not going into the Nightmare Zone. Oh, I did answer that earlier, but I will gladly do so again. The reason we use Unarmored X, for the most part, has to do with the charge shot. The charge shot that Unarmored X uses, it can pierce through a lot of enemies. Say Infinity Maginian a little bit ago, for example, he had all them big bubbles everywhere. We can destroy them all with 1 charge shot. Whereas if we use Falcon or Blade, we're not going to have that same convenience there. So it's actually for the powerful charge shot that for some reason Unarmored X has. But anywho, here we've got Shield Sheldon. He's a bit of a teleporter. He throws his shells around, as you can see, and he's not very dangerous until the very end. I say very end, it's like halfway through the fight. Well, okay, he let me do a little damage. This part here, he deals a lot of damage. But, again, that unarmored charge shot is able to easily be snuck right on the other side of those shields and take him out, no problem. Sonic 06 took inspiration from X6. Clearly. It shows. I'm glad it did. I can't wait to play Sonic 06. Yes, I'm that far behind on video games. I'm sorry. But yeah, that was Sheldon. Nice and easy. Nice short stage too. You barely even noticed the nightmare flies on there by comparison to Heatnik's stage. Fighting the donuts with the nightmare flies, oh man, you don't want it. You don't want it. Alright, now we have, I believe, our final of the 8 Mavericks here. Metal Shark Player. I don't know what's up with that name. Cool design though. Never expected to see a hammerhead shark in an X game, so that caught me off guard, and I thought that was kind of neat. But his stage sucks. It does. It's awful. Now, I am aware that you can use a ride armor and set yourself up nice and easy for the crushers here. But I'm a bit of a purist. I don't use ride armor where you don't need to in order to proceed. So X2 is actually the only spot in all of X that I use ride armor. The whole series. So we're not going to do that here. We're going to just play with the crusher. Metal Shark Prayer. That would make sense. He does revive dead Mavericks. Hyakuleger in particular. Magna Centipede from X2. Speaking of X2. Yeah, exactly. Good old Dr. Wright. Oh, dead. Okay, cool. I got greedy. I wanted to go fast, and I got punished for it. This is why I don't like this stage. But actually, the real reason I don't like this stage is coming up. It's not the first section. That's not where the problem lies. Oh no. It's the second section. And when I say second section, I mean after the teleporter. You know what? We'll just play it safe. We'll just crouch here. So yeah, if you don't crouch, if you stand up at any point, you will die there. Interesting, weird little thing. You can even set yourself up to get crushed while the crusher's already down in some spots. It's a bit of a pain. We don't like the crushers. All my homies hate the crushers. But we are going to rescue Reploids as we go through because, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. So we're not gonna bother avoiding them. If we get Nightmare Souls, we get them. Oh, looks like I hit the wall, so we'll wait, play it safe. Go ahead, take that guy out. It's fine. I don't mind. Uh-oh. Alright, dash through. Ladder. And here we go. Section 2. So this section is more crusher nonsense, including with spikes in places, on the crusher, below the crusher, everywhere. There's a conveyor belt that's moving constantly. You have ice in place. Ooh, excuse me. And you have ice in places. That came out of nowhere. I apologize. And the earlier glitch that I mentioned where you can sometimes just kind of randomly super accelerate on ice, that exists here too. It's very much a thing. You can use it and abuse it, but you gotta watch out for it if you do it on accident, because it will kill you. But yeah, this part of the stage, honestly, is terrible. I don't like it. I'm gonna do my best to play it as safe as we can, and hopefully make it through in one try. Hopefully. As you can see, they got spikes everywhere because, you know, a good crushing death isn't enough. We needed these spikes. Alright, I take that nightmare out. I don't do it with a charge shot because we need a nightmare here to damage us so we can deboost across those spikes. We grab the heart tank, we grab a Reploid, we wait here. Hopefully this will be it. There we go. Alright, time for another Halo Grunt in the form of a giant robot thing. I don't know why this is a thing. So this guy, he's going to drop bombs on us. We're going to do our best to avoid them. And then that comes down, yes. And we have to destroy the 3 purple or pink, whatever ones, you know, whatever color you want to call them. We have to destroy them, and that's all it really is. That was actually not bad RNG. I'll take that. And finally the stage is over, and we can go defeat this easy boss. And he is relatively easy. He just kind of swims around, throws some anchors, attempts to summon people. Doesn't usually get quite that far. He's another almost brain dead boss. Almost. He'll hit me some, at least. But he's not as brain dead as Yamar, who we didn't even talk about when we fought him, because he was so easy. Yeah, this boss, his most dangerous thing is he'll stand up into you when he's swimming. Oh, he almost had Magna Centipede. Almost. There we go. Nice and easy. Alright, so we are officially done with the 8 Mavericks. Which means we're finally going to use that blade armor that we spent the whole game so far unlocking. Because we need it for Gate 1, and we're going to abuse it in Gate 2. Now, the blade armor is fun. It's got the Mach Dash ability, which allows you to dash in the air in, 4 directions. Cool. And it does deal damage, so we're going to try not to use that for damage purposes, but we are going to use it for movement purposes. Because Gate 1 has what we call the spike climb. There's these series of spikes early in the stage that you can't really get over without either using the ice weapon to give yourself something to stand on, or having the blade armor. Let me double check. Yeah, there's nothing new to equip. We're good. Alright, blade it is. Let's go. So blade armor, it's not terrible. It's probably my favorite armor aesthetically. But it carries a couple of problems. One of those is, for this category, you don't want to use Saber, but if you accidentally hold up while releasing a charge shot, he'll use Saber. In addition to that, it can be easy to accidentally trigger a Mach Dash where you don't want to. And the charge shot is kind of garbage. But here we go. Here's the spike climb. We set ourselves up. We do a little D-boost. Little Mach Dash in, and there it is. That's the only reason you need this armor in this game. That was it. Just them spikes. But yeah, as you can see, I'm like accidentally triggering Mach Dash here and there, and it's not a big deal. It's not like you're not allowed to do it, but you shouldn't be doing it for the purpose of dealing damage. So if you Mach Dash through a boss or something, you might have to take a death. Alright, there we go. We got the infamous fire room that we completely mitigate by just being fast. And then there's more fire because reasons. But we've got blade armor. We can just Mach Dash up here. We don't care about none of that. Alright, now we're going to chase the fire. It's the best way to get rid of it. Even though it comes right back, because what is this stage? A little bit more auto-scrolling going on here. Now you can die here if you Mach Dash early. You can die by going inside of the tiles. The game doesn't like when you do that, so we do our best not to. Alright, cool. But we made it up to the top, through the boss door. We're on our way to everybody's favorite boss in this game, the Nightmare Mother. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Nobody likes Nightmare Mother. I don't really like Nightmare Mother either, but we shouldn't have too hard of a time. We got 2 sub-tanks, and we have life recover. So we got 3 sub-tanks if we need them. We shouldn't, but if we do, they're there. So interesting thing about this boss, green shots, that's right, half-charge shots, are actually going to deal more damage than anything else that we have at our disposal in Buster only here. So we're going to be taking some intentional deboosts and doing a lot of green shots here on the boss. Oops, and we're going to accidentally do that, and that's okay. It happens. We have to worry more about that when it comes to high max. But yeah, this boss just kind of chases you around in a circle, and then they come out and play, and we deal all of our damage during that point. Now they're already moving fast here. This is not what we want, but it's what we got. It's okay. We'll just go ahead and sub-tank, and we're gonna do our best to deal with it. I'm doing accidental full charge shots. It just happens. This is a byproduct of using quick charge. It charges quick. What do you want from it? Alright, so now, here we go. More green. Okay. See if we can even get a single hit. Accidentally. It's okay. Not a big deal against this boss. Again, it's a bigger deal against Hymax if it happens. There we go. Alright. Not too bad. Only used one. Yeah, that's true. The boss's flamethrower sprite is ripped straight from Dalsim's Yoga Fire. Gate's boring. Nightmare Mother is boring and hard. Well, I mean, boring and difficult is still good in my opinion. Alrighty. Now we're going to move right along here. Skip the cutscene. Nobody cares about that. Alright. We'll go talk to Alien and go back to stage. So, oh no! Oh man, and I mismenued there too. Oh my god, I can't believe I quit the game. Oh, it's all over, you guys. We're just going to have to start over from the beginning. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is actually intentional. The PlayStation 1 games allow you to quit, and they temporarily save your previous data as long as you don't reset or turn off the console. So this is actually part of the run. Quitting the game is actually part of the run, believe it or not. So there's a reason for this. When we go to fight Hymax here in Gate 2, since we quit the game, we only have to destroy 2 of his shields to get him into his desperation phase instead of 5. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's a thing. We legitimately quit the game as part of the run. That's how good X6 is, you guys. Now, that does empty our sub-tanks, but, you know, we can come up here and put a good dent in the damage that we did to them by grabbing this here big health and just continuing as normal. Alright, now we've got the worst section of the game outside of Scaravich stage. We've got these totems. And normally you would go to the right and then come up and then come back to the left to come over here. But you have to fight so many more of these stupid totems in order to do that. And we hate these totems, so we don't want to do that. So we're gonna just do a little mock dashing, deal some damage, and do our best to get through these totem guys. And again, we're skipping quite a bit by doing basically the same thing. Oh no! I was trying to mock dash and I accidentally jumped off of the floating totem there. That's not what you want to do. That happens. Controls are hard. The fact that in this game the jump button actually can trigger air dashes of any variety that you have available, it just makes it tough. It makes movement tough. So these kinds of mistakes happen. It's okay. It's okay. It's still faster than going through the rest of it, which this is another one of those things. We used to go through the rest of it unarmored. I wish I was kidding. Alright, so here's our one and only exception to Buster only, and we're still mostly going to use the Buster. We're going to use the Buster to break 2 of Hymax's shields. And once those are broken, he's going to go into his desperation phase, and he's going to try to Desbo us to death. And we're just going to kind of, hopefully, dodge his Desbos and hit him with some magma blades. Alright, so we just duck under that. Whoop. Uh-oh. There we go. Here we go. And you notice I'm doing everything I can to try not to hit him with the actual saber itself. Uh-oh. My timing is off. Yeah. There we go. In the spirit of Buster Only, I'm trying to hit him with the projectiles. There we go. Disboo. Disboo. So yeah, that's the one and only exception to Buster Only. We have to use a weapon to deal damage to him, but, you know, by putting him in his desperation phase, we at least speed up the fight. So that's nice. Because otherwise you have to hit him with charge shots to stun him. And that can be difficult with the Blade Armor's charge shot, because the way it deals damage over time, it's very weird. But we're through it, and unfortunately we don't get to go back to stage select. So we're stuck with the Blade Armor for this stage and for the gate fight itself. Just kind of is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's nice to at least take less damage. You know, I don't fully hate it. But the charge shot is bad. Unarmored X with Buster Plus. Whoa, oh, ooh, what's going on? Unarmored X would easily destroy these little shield generators in one hit. But Blade Armor mitigates that jump we just did quite a bit. So, worth it. Not much to really see here. It's just kind of destroying shield generators and destroying the weather machines that exist for who knows what reason. And then through here we have a lot of bird spawns, and it's nice if we can get a little health. We do technically have a free sub-tank still from the life recovery, so it's not too bad. But we will be taking damage here. So this is the gate fight. Everybody hates this fight. I hate this fight too. I did discover some movement that's relatively free as long as you don't screw up on the controller. And we're going to see that. I've got particular platforms I move between, and I just kind of bait him. But basically, this guy's going to either move or he's going to fire those things, which is exactly what we want. We want him to fire those because it's the only way to hurt him. He is wearing the armor of a Met, meaning he is invulnerable to everything that you have. And as you can see, the various energy spheres that he throws, they are in fact color-coded, and for a reason. They all do something. Purple, I think, summons enemies. Green, I think, is the one that does nothing. Yellow, I don't remember. Blue slows you down. No, blue pulls you towards it. Red slows things down. Red is the most dangerous one, because a lot of your inputs will be eaten by the red one. It's hard to not die when it comes to the red one if you don't get it fast. But yeah, it's the only way to damage him, so that's what we do. We just jump up onto there. Uh-oh. I don't have him where I want him. There we go. We're back. We're back. Uh-oh. And now we're not. Oh boy. We're mock dashing now. Oh boy. Yeah, this isn't good. Okay, now we're back. We're back on task. Now he has an additional attack there, as you see. Which sounds to me like he says, "For the win!" But he'll destroy platforms temporarily. They do come back, but he can destroy them, and that can get you killed. Ooh, go to bed! I like that. That's even better. But yeah, this fight is just all RNG. We're just baiting him around the stage and hoping that he throws the spheres. And 9 times out of 10, he doesn't. So, yeah. Now, like I said, we do have the life recovery. We'll probably use it. We'll probably need it here. We just avoid using it until absolutely necessary, because nothing sucks more than accidentally going off into the pit after using it, and then you don't have it anymore, and you have the whole fight still to do. Granted, we have enough health. We can do it. We have enough health, but we avoid it. It's a safety, it's a last resort type of deal. Go to bed! But yeah, there's nothing I'm aware of that we can do to speed up this fight besides keeping his movements as short as possible, which is part of the reason for the exact platforms that I move between. I stand here in hopes that he'll throw the ball, but if he doesn't, he'll at least move the least amount I can get him to move. Oh, ho, ho. We're fine. We're gonna life recover. And yeah, I know, there's nothing in the sub-tank. It's fine. We got him. We didn't even need the life recover. Look at that. First try. Alright. It dunked on him, yeah. Now that that's done with, so is the blade armor. We are going to go back to unarmored X. And again, the reason really is the charge shot, more than anything at all. It's the charge shot that causes unarmored X to be desirable. The additional actual armor of the actual armor is really nice, but the charge shot sucks. And we have a lot of bosses here because we're coming into the refights. Because, I mean, would it really be a Mega Man game if it didn't have refights? Of course not. So, yeah, we got refights coming up here. There is a short stage before the actual refights, but it is very, very short. It's a little dangerous, but it, you know, just a few spikes. And we are going to be going to the top of this stage in between pretty much every boss in order to refill our sub-tanks. Because remember, we quit the game earlier, and that drained our sub-tanks. That's the downside of doing that. But we don't need them necessarily until the actual Sigma fight itself. So, we put up with it. Now, there's not really anything notably different about these refights compared to the first fights, which is common in Mega Man and X games. I think health bars might be a little longer, but that's about it. No big deal. I think all the bosses are level 4 now. We found where the other 4 levels went from the X5 refights. The bosses being stuck at level 96 for whatever reason. We found the other 4 levels. They saved them for X6. Yeah, the music here is a little creepy. I don't know the reason, but it's a nice touch though. Everything's kind of like broken apart in the background. Things are clearly breaking apart, and like the nightmare's like taking over or trying to or whatever. Amaina. No? No Amaina? Dunce! Yeah, so this is probably the longest, most drawn-out part of the entire game, despite everything that you've seen leading up to this point, particularly in regards to intentional deaths. This is the longest, most drawn-out part. Love how the donuts and heating stage have like 3 times the boss HP. Yeah, it is 3 or 4 times, and I guess it's one per little jewel thing that you have to destroy. I guess. All right, here we go. Turtleoid again. Looks like we messed up on the quick kill again, but we'll still get the slow quick kill. There it is. Just a little bit of misdirection, and suddenly the gigantic armored boss is completely unarmored. Because we shot him in the fingers, and everybody knows that... Whoops, everybody knows a turtle's weak points are its fingers. Everybody knows that, right? Who do we got here? Ah, Scaravich. Good old dung beetle. Yeah. This guy is going to be even easier here because we have the quick charge, so we can get a couple extra quick charge attacks in per cycle. There we go. Even messing up, I got a nice little quick kill there. That was kind of beautiful. Basically, we delay the first attack when he comes out, as long as he is like steadily moving. If he stops at the edge of the screen, then he does his thing, and it is what it is. But if he doesn't, we let him do that little extra bit of movement because it keeps him on screen longer. More screen time means more gigantic green lemons in him. Yes, exactly. It's why it's so effective when Mario thwomps a Koopa Troopa, because the shell hits their fingers and it's a big ol' ouchie. That's right. Everybody knows this. Little crossover lore between Mario and Mega Man X. The crossover we didn't know we needed, but we're glad we have. Alright, I'll back up. Oh, almost. Where am I going? Oh, okay. Here. I like I said earlier, I have the memory of a gnat. I don't know where I'm going unless it's already on the screen, and even then, in the case of refights, until I see a portal that's deactivated on the screen, I still don't know where I'm going. That's also why it takes him a minute to reappear. Poor little guy's grasping his hands in pain, making the Peter Griffin. So he's just... Oh. Wow. Oh. Oh. X, Y. Kamme flame. Oh, man. Bad RNG. Bad RNG, but let's go. That's not where we're going. That's where we're going. I'll get it together one of these days, I swear. Ah, here we go. Ice Yamcha. Let's see if he actually wants to fight this time, or if he's just gonna potato about. End up in a crater. Oh, he's potatoing. So when he does this, we can just kind of walk back and forth, and it's not a fight. At all. And the next boss is not much better. There we go. Sub-tanks are full. Let's go. Good potato, yes. Good potato. So here we have Yamar. We didn't really talk about him when we fought him before. This guy, he just kind of has options from Gradius, but like in the form of little dragonflies. And they just kind of fire at you, but this is yet another reason we use Unarmored X. The charge shot just pierces their attacks and hits the boss anyway, as you see there. And then he almost does something, but he doesn't. So, you know. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of the bosses in this game, they're like that. So, yep, sub-tanks are full. We're good. We're coming into the final stage now. And this is another one. It's a little bit like refights. It does have a short stage before the actual boss. But this one is actually quite loaded with enemies. Many of which are the bat enemies. So they like to drop health. They like really like to drop health. So if your sub-tank's not full, this is a good spot to fix that problem. Oops. Or if your health isn't full, this can be a good spot to fix that problem too. But, well, we're just going to go in with low health. It's fine. Hopefully, Hobo Sigma will be nice to us. Because, yeah, that's what we call this lovely first phase. Basically, Sigma's body is not complete. We kind of got here early. Rough night, Sigma. Yes, this is hungover, Sigma. He can do a number of things, but all of them slowly. And most of those things are stepping towards you. And if we're lucky, that's all he'll do. Nope, he's going to sneeze at us. Oh no, that's the one thing I don't want him to do. But it's okay. He's still gone. Yeah, that fight almost doesn't exist. Almost doesn't exist. But here we go. Final form. So our health is a little low, but we still got... two sub-tanks are full, and we still have our life recovery. And we can get a whole lot of extra health in this fight. That's useful if we use a sub-tank, too, because we can start refilling it. And yes, this song, it does. It kicks ass. It does. It's a good one. But, yeah, the Terminator here, he spits out a bunch of these green blobby things. One is a platform with a spike on the bottom. Said platform pretty much is always out if you destroy it, which takes 3 shots with Buster Plus charged shots. He brings it back pretty much right away. So what we need is, as you saw, we need him to open his mouth, and that gives us the opportunity to attack him. And this is the ideal attack because it comes in 4 pieces, 2 cycles, but 4 pieces. It gives us plenty of time to deal some damage. Uh-oh. And yeah, it's thanks to Buster Plus and the unarmored charge shot, we're able to absolutely just decimate these guys whenever they're out on screen, and they do have a tendency to drop health, like I said, so it's really not that bad. Haven't used a sub-tank yet. Health full. Oh, here we go. Yeah, overall, this is a relatively easy fight, I would say. Except for when he does that particular move. I'm going to E-Tank early because that move actually does a lot of damage. Like, it's stupid, the damage that it does. But we do want to try to capitalize on it when he does open his mouth. Anytime he does, you gotta get in there if you can. Oh, this is unfortunate. There we go. We're still in really good shape. We've only used the 1 E-Tank, and it does have some health in it. So we'll use it again. And now we use this one. And we still have life recover. We're okay. We're in really good shape here. Things might seem a little bit dire, but they're really more dire for him, I promise. Especially with him doing that. Oh, yeah, there we go. With the look away. With the look away. So this fight would have been really, really difficult if we didn't have quick charge, if we didn't have hyper dash, if we didn't have Buster Plus, if we weren't unarmored X, if we didn't have 2 sub-tanks and a life recover, if we didn't have all that stuff going for us, that fight would actually be really, really difficult. Like Lobo was saying in the chat, they spent an hour straight at some point fighting this dude on low percent. Same. It was insane, but thankfully we don't have to worry about that anymore on plain old Buster only. We found the secret sauce and the best ending in history here. Here we go. It's over. It sure is, isn't it? Thank you, everybody, for the GGs. Now we're just going to let these credits roll, listen to the best song ever, and then we'll see what our actual time is, because this game goes by IGT. That's in-game time on the leaderboards. We got a 1:31:36 RTA. That's real-time attack for anybody not familiar with speedrunning things. But that doesn't mean anything. Really, it doesn't mean much of anything. So we'll see at the end here. Four programmers. I'm just gonna listen to the music. Don't mind my silence. I'm sorry. This is a jam. There you have it, folks. The lesson of the whole story here: try hard. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I get out of this. Those emotes are great. What is that? That reminds me of something. Oh man, that is like Flash from the past. What are those? Those are standard Twitch emotes? No, they're representative of something from some game. I have seen sprites like that.
It's a hindsight 2020 section of emotes. I'm not sure how I got them, but
interesting.
Yeah,
probably some hype train somewhere.
Could be, yeah.
All right, this is almost over. We're getting towards the end here. As soon as we start hearing IDEA, we know we're there. This makes me want to do the Night at the Roxbury thing.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
No more. Well, I guess real quick, I'll take a second to plug what we're actually doing here. So, We're trying to raise awareness for our Kickstarter, raise pledges for 20X Expo, a Mega Man centered fan event happening in the Seattle area. It doesn't happen if we don't hit this Kickstarter, so we have lots of great, ideas and plans for it. Check out the Kickstarter. If you can support it at any level, we appreciate it. Or share it if you stream and the Kickstarter if you can.
There we go. Now we have our actual clear time, 54:01. Not bad. That's not bad at all. I think my PB is a 49:11. So considering we got the bad RNG on Scaravich stage, which adds multiple minutes to the timer, I'd say this was actually decent run. Not bad at all. I'm very happy with that. But yeah, that's X6, all stages, Buster only. Thank you very much for having me and allowing me to show that off. This is a game that gets hated often. And I know it's weird that it became my second favorite in the series, but it did. So I enjoy showing it off. That I'll play it so that you guys don't have to, but you at least get to still see what it's like and see some of the crazy stuff and some of the annoying stuff too, like all of the forced deaths to get out of areas. But no, that was fun. I appreciate it, and stay tuned, guys, because we got X7 Low Percent, a speed amble by Gamester coming up next. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, once again, thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a good one.
Thank you, Kamme. Any last shout outs for you before we switch on over?
Yeah, you know what? I got one. I got a shout out in mind. We got Rumpus Room TV in the chat there. Very good friend of mine. Probably my best friend on Twitch, I'd have to say. Known that guy for 13 years. Awesome dude. He's more of a Star Fox guy than a Mega Man guy, but he is a really cool guy. Worth checking out if you ever get the time. And I'm not trying to detract from the show that's going on here, but really awesome friend. Every Friday you can catch us all over there getting crazy, doing some Mario Kart things, and it's really good times. But he's a big inspiration for how I used to do my streams before my PC died, and now I'm on the budget streams. But big inspiration for how I do my streams and why I do them the way that I used to, and just had to get that shout out there, especially while the man is there. That's our Kalis over at Rumpus Room TV.
Really cool. I am also a Star Fox fan, so Star Fox fans, rise up. we are feasting well right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, hey, yeah, thank you again, Kamme. Excellent X6 run. Yeah, everyone else, stay tuned. We have X7 coming up, low percent with Gamester. Stick around to take us a little bit to get that set up, and we'll see you in a bit.